Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I tested out the new James Charles and Morphe collab palette as well as his brush set, and I was able to create this beautiful purple pink look. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I upload. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start. I already primed my eyelid and I used the Morphe eyelid primer. And I also picked this up today, so I have not played around with it. So we'll see how it works for me. But we're going to go ahead and start with this eye. And we're going to take the shade Pinkity Drinkity. And we're just going to go ahead and start adding that to our crease. It's a very, very light shade of pink, so it's not going to show up too much. But I just want to kind of use this as my base. We're just going to go ahead and build this up just a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the Morphe 441 brush. And this is what it looks like. It's just a very fluffy, dense brush. And it's from the James Charles and Morphe's brush set. So we're going to go ahead and grab just the pink color that is called Skip in the palette, and it's a very bright pink color, as you guys can see. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that all over the eye, but staying more on the top part of the eye. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more. And I'm not tapping off the excess just because I do want to build this color up. So I'm not really tapping off any excess. And then I'm going to grab the same brush that I used to pack on the lighter color. And this is the Morphe M504 brush. And this is not part of the collection, but I did pick this up at Ulta and I believe it retails for $8. And it's such a great fluffy blending brush, and it makes everything so easy. So we're going to go ahead and grab this brush with no product on it, and we're just going to go ahead and blend these two colors together. Now that we have that there, I'm going to go ahead and grab, with the same fluffy brush, I'm going to grab the shade Skip, which is the dark pink again, but I'm going to grab a very small amount. And I'm just going to try to bring that pink up just a tad bit. So I went ahead and added some tape. This is the e.l.f. Line and Define tape. And they're just little strips that make everything so easy to just get a very clean line. So I forgot to add it since the beginning, but I usually do. Now that we're done with the pink, I'm going to go ahead and grab the shade Escape. And it's a very dark purple. And I'm going to grab it on the Morphe M441 brush, which is also part of the James Charles set. So we're going to start packing this towards the outer corner. And we're just going to gently run it into the crease as well. But we don't want to go too high. So we want to keep it right at the crease. We don't want to take it too high. I'm going to grab just a tad bit more and focus it more on the outer V. Alright, so now that we have the purple built up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the brush M433, and this is more of like a packing brush, but it's also fluffy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the black shade that's called Spooky in the palette color. So what you're going to do is you're just going to focus this with a very light hand towards the outer V of your eye. And slowly bring it towards the inner corner. So basically what is gonna happen now is that this is just building up intensity, and it's kind of just looking like a very dark purple because it is contrasting a lot with the purple shades that we already have on our lid. So just like that, and I'm gonna add a little bit more to the outer V. I'm not gonna bring it to the inner corner anymore, but I am gonna focus it just here on the outside of the eye. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the brush that I used for the pink shade, which is the M441. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of blend the edges on this. Just very, very lightly. Alrighty, so now that we have the color built up to where we want it, I'm going to go ahead and grab some Shape Tape Concealer on my hand so we can go ahead and begin cutting the crease. Use the Morphe M124, and this is part of the James Charles collection. And we're going to go ahead and start cutting our crease.
Alright, so once you have the desired shape,
and we're going to go ahead and pat it with our finger. It's just to kind of set the product down. We're going to go ahead and grab the shade Skip. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start adding this to the center of the eye. Just like that. Just like that. Corner, what I'm going to do is I wanted to leave it very light just because I feel like the eye has a lot going on, so I didn't want to do like shimmer or anything in there in the inner corner because I am going to be doing the glitter liner. So the shade that I'm going to be using is Flashback, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that with a Morphe M456, and it's not going to look like much of a difference just because our concealer was already really light. But we just want to go ahead and put some of this on so that the concealer can set and it won't start creasing or anything like that. So now that we have that there, I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more pink so that we can go ahead and blend these two together. Just like that. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the same brush that I used for the black color called Spooky, and I grabbed the tiniest amount because we do want to kind of blend the pink and the black. We don't want to have any harsh lines whatsoever. So now that I have both eyes the way I want them, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Morphe M504, which is again the fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and run through the outer part of the eye, and we just want to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Alright, so now for the silver liner that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using the Italia Deluxe Glitter Eyeliner, and it looks like this. And then it comes with a very nice brush tip. It's a very thin brush tip. And you can find these on Amazon. I found a pack of, I believe it was 12 for $14, and they are so good, guys. Definitely recommend them. I'll try to find the link and then I'll link it down below for you guys to check them out. So we're going to go ahead and start lining the eye. So to start eyelining your eyelid, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to follow this cut crease line, and we're not going to go all the way to the end of the eye. If you guys can see, I kind of ended it towards the middle. So that's what we're going to be doing to this eye as well. Alright, so this is what the eyes look like. So now we're going to go ahead and take the tape off, and that way you guys can see how lined up that looks. Like, just look at how perfect that line is. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start with the face. And for the face, I'm going to be using my Smashbox Primer Water. I am going to be testing out the new Morphe Fluidity foundation. And I got it in the shade F190. Alright, and to blend out the foundation, I'm going to be using the Morphe and Jeffree Star Beauty Sponge Trio. And this is what they look like. They're very, very pretty and pink. I love the packaging. I'm not a huge fan, I must say, of the original Morphe red sponge. Went ahead and wet the sponge and she feels a little softer, but not as soft as I like. But I mean, I'm still gonna give it a try. And then this is the smaller one, also wet, and I'm just gonna kind of pour some onto my hand and then dab them. And let's just hope that this is a good color for me, because I literally picked it up online and this is what I color matched myself with. So we're gonna go ahead and start blending with the sponge. All right, foundation is on, and honestly guys, I'm very impressed. I was actually expecting for it to be like a lot more drier. Don't know if it's because I used a hydrating primer so it doesn't look too excessively matte, but I really like the finish of it. All right, so for concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and take the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and I am in the shade Eggshell. And honestly, I really enjoy this concealer. It is really full coverage, and I feel like it just looks really pretty on the skin. And I'm just gonna do one eye at a time. I forgot we have these small ones, so let me go ahead and try blending the rest of this out. Ooh, these literally get into all the hard to get areas, which is super nice. Even for here, I love this like squared edge because it's so easy to just get around the eyeshadow, get around the eyebrows, and it's just so cool. Alright, so for lashes, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Allure and Vegas Snake Luxe Collection in Bronze Beauty. And this is what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these false lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, lashes are on. And now I'm going to go ahead and set the under eye and the rest of the face using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And I'm going to use the same Morphe sponge, and I'm just going to put some onto the lid and begin to set the face. So for contour, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the Morphe E48, and it's just a very nice fluffy brush. And I'm going to grab the shade Hula in the palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and start carving out the cheeks. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the Morphe M527, and it's just a very big fluffy brush, and I'm going to grab the shade Hula Light. Go ahead and apply this all over our cheekbones as well as our forehead. Alright, so now that we're all nice and bronzed, I'm going to go ahead and finish the eyes by doing the drop shadow. And for the drop shadow, I'm going to go ahead and be using the Morphe M506, and it's just a very thin fluff brush. And I'm going to grab the shade Pinkity Drinkity, and I'm going to go ahead and start adding this to the bottom of the eye. So now we're going to go ahead and grab the shade Skip, which is the darker pink, and we're going to go ahead and add it close to the waterline. And then we're going to grab some of the purple, which is the color Escape, which is the darker purple in the palette. And we're going to add it to the outer part only. So now I'm going to go ahead and do some bottom lash mascara, and I'll be right back to do highlight. Alright, so for lips, I'm going to go ahead and do the liquid lipstick from Anastasia in the shade Dusty Rose, and it's just a very like mauve pink. And we're going to go ahead and add a gloss on top. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I upload. Bye!